Hello everyone, this is Vinita and welcome to Hopeful Turns. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the tutorial of this crochet Christmas tree hanging. Now you can even use this as an applique if you want to. And as you can see, I have made it in 3 different sizes. So you can definitely adapt this pattern to make it into a small Christmas tree or a big size one. Once you understand the pattern, it's very easy to make any size that you want. And as you can see, I have just mix and match the colors. Here I've just made it in I've used a trunk in brown, but definitely you can go ahead and use in same color. So this has been made in pure green. Here what I did it, I just used a white color to just give a border for the tree. And here I have mix and match. I have actually used 2 colors, green and white together. I've used 2 strands together to give this a kind of a snow-filled or a snow-covered Christmas tree effect. So definitely you can mix and match the colors and use anything that you prefer. Okay, now we'll see the supplies here. Now all these 3 have been made with a fingering weight yarn, and I've used a 3.5 mm crochet hook here. But for the project, for the tutorial here, I'm going to use something in worsted weight, brown and green, so that the stitches are bigger and it is easier to show you. So since I'm using a worsted weight, I'll be showing this with a size H or 5.5 mm crochet hook. So this is the hook size that I'll be using. You can use any yarn that you have, just use the corresponding hook size for it. So here it is worsted weight, medium 4 weight yarn and a 5 mm crochet hook. All these have been made with 3.5 mm, and this here alone has been made with cotton yarn. If you use a cotton yarn, the stitch definition comes out better. Otherwise you can use acrylic, cotton, wool, whatever you have at hand. Apart from that, you would require a pair of scissors, a darning needle, and if you want, it's optional, you can use a bead. Here I have used a wooden bead. You can even use a button, maybe a star one if you have. So this is optional. You want, you can use it, or just keep it plain and simple. Now we'll start the tutorial. So we'll start this with a slip knot. So to make a slip knot, just make an X and pull your working yarn through it. So here I have got my slip knot. I'll be making the smallest sized one here. Okay, so we'll start. For that I have started with 10 plus 1, 11 chain stitch. So I'm going to make 11 chain stitch. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 plus 1. So here I am making it with 10 plus 1, a total of 11 chain stitch. Now what I'll do is the plus 1 chain stitch, the 11 chain stitch, I'm going to skip, and from the second stitch onwards I'm going to make 1 single crochet. So put 1 single crochet for your row 1. So skipping the first chain stitch, I'm making 1 single crochet. Now the chain 1 that I had mentioned will act as your turning chain. That is why I said 10 plus 1. Now the medium sized one I had started with 12 plus 1, and the big applique I had started with 16 plus 1. So start with an even number and add 1 extra chain stitch, which will act as your turning chain stitch. So if you want a much bigger applique, maybe you can start with 20 plus 1, maybe 30 plus 1. That is the base. So depending on that, you will just curve up, not curve up, but it will go as a cone. So here I have got my 10 single crochet. So this is my row 1. We'll move on to our row 2. Row 2, we will chain 1 and then turn our work. Now row 2 here is a decrease round. So we'll do a single crochet decrease or a single crochet 2 together. So this is how you do it. You use the first 2 stitches to make 1 decrease stitch. So insert your hook and pull up a loop. Do not complete your single crochet. Instead, go into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops. yarn over and pull through all the 3. So this here is your single crochet decrease. After that, make single crochet, just a normal single crochet in the rest 6 stitches. So 1, 2, insert and make another one. Here it is 3, 4, 5 and one more 6. So here you have got 6 single crochet. In the last 2 stitches do not put single crochet, but we are going to decrease the last 2 stitches. Okay, so we'll make a single crochet decrease using the last 2 stitches. The last stitch will be a little bit slanted down. So insert your hook, insert your hook and pull up a loop. Do not complete your single crochet, but insert your hook in the last stitch as well. Pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all the 3. So this here is your decrease row. So the 10 single crochet we have reduced to 8 single crochet. Now we'll move on to our next row. So for that I'm going to chain 1 and then turn my work. Okay, now we'll start the next row, and the next row is a normal row. That is, you're just going to make 1 single crochet in each of these stitches here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the single crochet in the back loops only. Okay, so that is what I'm going to do. So insert your hook in the first stitch here in the back loop and make a single crochet. So this is 1. Insert your hook into the next stitch, just the back loop. If you see, you have a V front and back, so I'm just using the back loop to make a single crochet. So here it is 2, again make a single crochet in the back loop. So here in this row you should have a total of 8 single crochet. So just make 1 single crochet in the back loops. So if you're finding it difficult to work in the back loop, you can use both the loops and make a single crochet. It's just that if you make it in back loops, there will be a kind of ridges form which looks beautiful is what I think. So that is just to create the small ridges that you can see here. I'm using the back loops. So this row is finished. I'm going to chain 1 and then turn my work. Now the next row is a decrease row. So what you do is you use the first 2 stitches to make 1 decrease and the last 2 stitches to make the decrease. And in remaining all the stitches you put just 1 single crochet. Okay, so we'll start with a decrease. So insert your hook, pull up a loop. Do not complete your single crochet, but insert it in the next stitch, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all the 3. So this here is our first decrease. Then make 1 single crochet in rest of the stitches, keeping the last 2 stitches for a decrease. So I'll make 4 single crochet for this row like this, and in the last 2 stitches we are again going to do a decrease. So insert your hook here, pull up a loop, insert your hook in the last stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull the working yarn through the 3 loops. So this here is a decrease row. So we have reduced the 8 single crochet to 6 single crochet here. I'm going to chain 1 and then turn my work. Now the next row is going to be a normal single crochet row but worked in the back loops. So insert your hook into the first stitch, make a single crochet, insert your hook in the next stitch, just the back loop. Now as I said, if you do not want to use the back loops, you can use both the loops and make a single crochet. So here I'll have a total of 6 single crochet. This is 3, 4, 5 single crochet, and this is my 6. So here I've got my 6 single crochet like this. Now I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work. Next row is going to be a decrease row. Use the first 2 stitches to make a decrease and last 2 stitches to make a decrease. So insert your hook, pull up a loop, insert your hook in the last stitch, pull up a loop, and yarn over, pull through all the 3. This is our first decrease. Last 2 stitches we are going to decrease. So you can see that there are only 2 stitches left. So in the middle 2 stitches, make single crochet 1 and 2 and make a decrease using the last 2 stitches. So 1 and here 2. So this is a pattern. It's a very easy pattern. This is a decrease row. Now it's going to be a normal row. So chain 1, turn your work and make a normal row, just working in the back loops. So you'll have 4 single crochet. So as you can see, we are just repeating a decrease row and a normal single crochet row. So you can start with any chain stitch here and just reduce every row by 2 single crochet. So here I have started with 10 single crochet, then 8, 6, 4, like that I am reducing it. Okay, so this is a normal single crochet row worked. Now it's going to be a decrease. As you can see, there are only 4 stitches, so you'll have 2 decreases. So using the first 2 stitches, make 1 decrease. So this is my first decrease. You have last 2 stitches left, so make a decrease there also. There are no more single crochets to be worked. Okay, so here you are left with 2 single crochets, then chain 1, turn your work, and the next row you have to make a normal single crochet. So work in your back loop and just make 2 normal single crochets like this. So you have 2 single crochets, chain 1, turn your work, and what we'll do is you're left with 2 single crochet, so make 1 decrease. So that is the end, like this. I'm going to chain 1 and make final single crochet to finish this applique. So that is the end of this. I'll just cut my yarn here and our tree is ready. Okay, now we'll work on the trunk part. Now as you can see, I had started with 10 chain stitch only. This also I have started with 10 chain stitch, but the only difference is that here I used a 3.5 mm and here I have used a 5 mm. So it has turned out bigger. Okay, and this one I had started with 14 chain stitches, 12 chain stitch, 12 plus 1, and this was started with 16 plus 1. All worked with 3.5. So you can see how it is changing. And I hope you understood how we are doing it. We are doing 1 decrease round and 1 normal round. So if you had started with 12, then it will come 10, 8, 6, like that. You can change it. So you can start with any stitches, if you are using maybe 20, so you go by 20, 18, 16 kind of. That will be the pattern that will follow. So what I'll do is, now here I'm just going to make 1 single crochet throughout the border so that I can get an even slope to it. You can just keep it like that. It will be rough kind of a thing, but if you want, you can add a border maybe in white color, maybe the same color. Here I have used a contrast white color border. Here I have used the same color. You can even keep it like this. It will just be a little not uneven, which also works fine, but I just wanted to show you how to do a normal single crochet here. So just attach the yarn, maybe white if you want to, with a slip stitch like this, chain 1, and then start working a single crochet. I'll just take this along with me. So 1 single crochet here, come to the next stitch. It might be a little bit tight, so just find your way and make a single crochet like this. Come to the next stitch and make a single crochet like that. Just keep making 1 row of single crochet from all the way from here till here. So I'll just make that 1 single crochet row all over the slant and meet you. Okay, so here I have completed that single crochet. So I went all the way from here till here and made 1 single crochet row. Now we'll work on the trunk. If you want, you can use the same green color, but I'm just going to use a brown. So I've just slip stitched it, and what I'll do is I'll find the 4th stitch from this side. So I'll skip the first 3, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th stitch, first of all I'll slip stitch. So I'll use 4 stitches to make the trunk. So first of all I'll just slip stitch to attach my yarn, and in the same stitch I'm going to make a single crochet. I'll carry this end with me. So this is my first single crochet. I'll make 4 single crochet. 1, this is 2, 3 and 4. So 4 single crochet I have made like this. I'll chain 1, turn my work and again make 4 single crochet. So here 1, 2, 3 and 1 more, 4. So I've made 2 rows of single crochet. Then this is the height that I'm looking for. If you want, you can just go ahead and make 1 more row of single crochet for the trunk, but for me this is fine, and I'll just finish this off like this. Okay, I just have to weave in the ends. That I'll do it a little bit later. I have weaved in all the other ends. Okay, so here our Christmas tree applique is ready. Okay, so now we'll work on the hanging part. So for that I am taking a green color yarn and I have passed 1 bead through it. As I've said, this is optional. You can use a bead or you can just simply make a hanging. So what I'll do is I'll just poke my darning needle through it and pass it like this so that the bead stays here, and then I'll go again through the bead and attach it so that it just gets attached here. Now I'll just knot this down. So I'll just make a double knot and your hanging will be ready. And 1 more knot. Okay, and just trim off the excess. Alright, so our hanging is also ready and our Christmas tree applique is ready. I just have to weave in the ends. So our Christmas tree applique is ready. Now you can see that this is almost equivalent to the biggest sized one which we made with a 3.5 mm crochet hook. So this was a tutorial on how to make your Christmas tree. I hope you enjoyed making this. If you want more such Christmas tree ornaments, I do have a playlist. I'll put the link in the description box. You can check that out. And do let me know in the comment box of all the 4 which one you liked and which one you will be making. See you in the next video. Until then, bye. Thank you for watching.